Hello, I'm Tom Booker, Senior Instructor. Thank you for joining me. This video tutorial is for our Karate Tiger students. These are the skills you are learning in our A and B lessons for your second achievement stripe during our autumn term. The skills we're going over in this video tutorial are the vertical back fist, the backhand strike, the foot stomp, the two-hand wrist release, both against a standing partner and against a come-along pull, and the outer forearm block palm-heel strike combination. Please use this tutorial to help you practice your karate skills at home. For our Tiger students, this is your vertical back fist. Now we'll be striking with this part of the hand right here, the back of the first two knuckles. Keep your hand closed up tight into a fist. Keep your wrist nice and straight. Now we're going to practice just using the proper part of our hand. Go ahead and put your palm out here. Start your hand up here and just touch. Put those first two knuckles right into your palm here. Just here and here. Just touch with them. I want to be here, not using the small end of my fist here. Down and through. And I can even go a little faster and harder with it. Like that. It's a small motion of your hand, of your arm. But you can get a lot of power in that small motion. All right, now that we've got the right part of the arm, what I'm going to do is take this striking hand, bring it back onto my back shoulder. The other arm crosses underneath, and we're coming up and over with it this way. And it's going to finish palm in toward me with my elbow nice and bent. I'm striking outward with those first two knuckles. And here, up and over, just like that. Up and over. We'll go a little faster. Here, up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Again, it's not a real big movement of my arm. I want to be sure that I'm not overextending it. I'm not bringing it all the way down here. Once it's come to here, it's gone far enough. Let's try this on the other side. Start it on your back shoulder, up, over, and through, and it finishes palm in towards you. Keep your fist closed up nice and tight because you're going to be hitting hard with this. Up, over, and through. Now a little faster. Over and through, over and through, over and through, over and through. Now let's look at this on a target. Thompson? We're going to use our caveman club for this, our blocker, just holding it out horizontally like that. And Mr. Thompson is one hand on the handle there, and he's supporting it on the end here. I'm going to start here and just find the target with the back of my fist, here and here. If I'm too far away, I'll skip off it or I'll miss it altogether. If I'm in too close, I wind up hitting it with my forearm, and I'm just really pushing it. So make sure of your distance here. Up and through, find your target. Touch, then touch and push in. Touch and push in. Touch and push in. I want to push with my arm. I want to be careful I'm not leaning over for this. If that's going well, we'll take it a little faster and harder yet. Strike. Here, strike, strike, and strike. Thank you, Mr.
sir.
Be sure to keep your fist closed tight, your wrist nice and straight. That is your vertical back fist.
Okay, the next hand technique we're going to look at is going to be the backhand strike. Okay. Out of the wedge guard. So let's take a quick review out of our wedge guard. So feet shoulder width apart, knees bent, front arm up, elbow pointed away. Okay, backhand up here in a palmheel shape. Looking towards the side. Okay, shoulder width apart, knees are bent. Front hand, elbow out. Okay, backhand is up. Very good. Really important to go and keep a little bend in those knees. Keep your feet shoulder width apart. It's going to help you when you start doing these techniques and you're twisted. So for the backhand strike, using the back part of the hand, not the fingertips, but the back part of the hand. So distancing to your target is really important. For this technique, let me go ahead and get into my wedge guard. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start up by my ear, up nice and high. I'm just going to twist through and strike. So I'm still kind of pulling my fingers away a little bit, so making sure I'm hitting with the back of my hand. Okay? And just bring it through backhand strike. Okay. A little twist. Just kind of practice that a few times. Once it gets a little bit better, we'll go ahead and throw the backhand strike from the lead and then from the back. So we're going to do it as a two-strike combination. So we're going to go 1, 2. As you can see, that first strike brings me into the second strike and twists my hips in the right way so I can get that second strike in. Okay? We're going to go 1, 2. Watching the fingertips. Okay? Striking with the back of the hand. Let's go ahead, take a look at this on a target, get a little better idea of where you're striking, how the technique looks on a blocker. So I'm going to Mr. Disco and shift in. Okay. Real quickly, before we even start striking, we want to kind of look at the distance a little bit. As far as this goes with the distance, I want to make sure that I'm close enough to the target that I'm striking with the back of my hand and not my fingertips. So if I'm right here, it looks like I'm close enough. I'm not. Okay, so I actually have to be fairly close to the target to strike with the back of my hand. Okay, as you notice, nice and close, striking with the correct part. I want to make sure that I'm getting good technique down before I start adding power. I just don't want to start flailing at the target. I want to make sure those techniques are nice and clean. So we're going to go ahead and start with the touch and push on that. Okay, we slow it down. Okay, well then just going to touch and push. And I'm going to start with that front hand. Okay, see, making good contact, good twist of the hips. Okay, once I feel comfortable with the front hand, I'll go ahead and touch and push with the back. Push. Okay, front and back. Really important after those two strikes, return to your wedge guard. Okay, last thing you want to do, drop your guard, because then your guard is going to whack you with the blocker, grab you, or do something horrible. Okay, don't make it easy for them. Right back to that wedge guard. Once the technique is sound, you've got everything down, you're striking with the correct part of your hand, you've got the distance down, we can add a little more power. So we're going to strike a little harder, we want to get a little more twist to the hips. Okay, now this isn't the most durable part of your body, so I would be really careful slamming this into a target. This is a fairly soft target, so you can probably go pretty hard with that. You might want to be careful if you're ever doing this on Bob or on another person. Okay, so we'll do that two-strike combination. Good twist. And then back to my wedge. Twist. Twist. And twist. And then back to my wedge. Thanks, sir. Okay. That is the backhand strike using the front hand out of the wedge guard. Okay, our first formal kicking technique we're going to be looking at is going to be the foot stomp out of the wedge guard. So before we start, let's go ahead and do a quick review of the wedge guard. We do want our feet in a good standing base position, shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider, knees bent. Okay, front arm up, elbow pointing towards your target, back hand up. Good wedge guard position. Okay, we do the foot stomp with the lead foot out of the wedge guard, picking the foot up, nice and high, knee, striking down with the heel. Now, a couple of things to look at is you do want to make sure that you are striking with the heel of your foot and not your toes. So you do want to make sure you're pulling your toes up as you strike down with your heel. Okay? Nice high knee, strike straight down onto the target. And another quick thing is you want to make sure that you do keep that front elbow up in your wedge guard, that you're actually looking down through your wedge guard to find your target. Or even better, I mean, if you're striking the foot, it's going to be connected to a leg, okay? So you don't even really have to look down to find the foot. You can find the leg. The foot is usually located at the bottom foot of the leg. So, but what you make sure you definitely do not want to do is dropping your wedge down and looking for the foot stomp. Okay, you've opened up all your targets. So we're going to come into our good solid wedge guard position. I'm going to look down through my wedge. I'm going to go ahead and pick that knee up, strike down with the heel, just like that. Up, strike down with the heel. Now in Self-defense cut number 1, we do these sets of 2. So we strike, 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 strike. So we do 2 foot stomps, series of 2. Now we're going to go ahead and look at this on a target. So what we normally do, since we don't want to be striking each other's foot with the foot stomp, focus mitts. Focus mitts work well. The hand targets work well. And in a pinch, you can actually use one of your shoes as a target for the foot stomp. So we do want to go ahead and place this down in front. I'm going to go ahead and set this over to the side so you can get a good view. Real quick on the distancing. Like most of our self-defense techniques, this is actually a really close-in technique. So even this distance, you're just too far away, and I'm going to have to reach way out there to find my target. So I do actually need to be in pretty close to strike the target. Okay? I'm looking down through my wedge, okay, keeping my elbow up. And we're just going to work this as a touch and push drill, just like we do when we're learning any new kicking technique. So I'm just going to bring that knee up, touch and push with my heel. Okay? And I'm aiming for a specific target, or a specific place right on the target. Just up. Touch and push. Okay. Touch and push. And then we're going to do these 2. So we're going to touch and push, touch and push. 1, 2. Okay. Once you have the basic technique down, feel pretty comfortable with the touch and push, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a little more power and speed to the strike. Now you do want to be real careful that you don't get sloppy with this technique. You want to go ahead, you want it fast, you want it strong, but you want to make sure you're striking the target. So I'm here, okay? Full speed, we're just going to do 1 to start with, just strike. Look down through your wedge, strike, and strike. Okay, once you get comfortable with 1, we'll go ahead and add in the second one. Strike, strike. Okay, and go. and go. Very good. So you notice these little focus mitts, they do kind of move around a little bit. Sometimes you do have to chase them a little bit for that second one. But that's actually kind of realistic because in a self-defense situation, you probably got to chase the foot around a little bit for the second strike anyway. So same thing on the other side. Touch and push. Touch and push. 2. Touch and push. Touch and push. Touch and push. Touch and push. Okay, add a little power. Strike. Strike. Double. Strike, strike. And strike, strike. Okay? So you notice my foot is really, really close to the target. So this is a really close-in technique. Do practice that. Really work on maintaining a really strong wedge guard position as you're doing the foot stomp, that you're not dropping your guard, looking down at the target. Actually, really quickly, Mr. Jessica, can I have you shift in real quick? And just go right leg out in front. Okay? Now, I just want to show you guys a really neat trick with the foot stomp. Using this on a person is actually a whole lot easier than a target. Now, we want to be really careful with our partner because nobody wants to get a knee, heel slammed into their shin. But I can really just take and do a low side kick into the shin and just slide it down, and my heel finds his foot. And it's really a nice little soft spot right there at the ankle too. So it works even better in self-defense. I don't really have to look down. I can just find his leg. I see it right there. Kick, slide down, and stomp. Thank you, sir. Okay, that is our first formal kicking technique, the foot stomp out of the wedge guard.
For our Tiger students, this is your double grab release. And we're going to be working this against a come-along hold, resisting a pull. Now the way the basic release works, let's say I'm grabbed on my right wrist here. I'm going to step in close, bend my knees, make my fist, grab my fist, twist away, then I bring my wedge guard up and I move away 2 steps. Shuffle step, just like that. Moving away from the person who grabbed me so they can't grab me again. Again, I'm here, grabbed on my right wrist, step in close, bend your knees, make your fist, grab your fist, twist away, wedge up, 1, 2. Let's try that one more time. Get on the right side here. Step in close, bend your knees, make your fist, grab your fist, twist away, wedge up, 1, 2. Now, it works exactly the same way on your left side. If I'm grabbed on my left wrist, I'm going to step in close, bend my knees, make my fist, grab my fist, twist away, wedge up, 1, 2. Move carefully away. All right, again, grabbed on my left wrist, step in close, bend my knees, make my fist, grab my fist, twist away, wedge up, 1, 2. Carefully move away. All right, once more. Step in close, bend your knees, make your fist, grab your fist, twist away, 1, 2. Now let's have a look at how this works with a partner. Disselkoen, if I could have your assistance. All right, now Mr. Disselkoen is going to grab me on my right wrist. I'm going to step in close. That's real important. I'm strongest in close. Bend your knees. Again, that's important. I'm more powerful. I twist with more power if I bend my knees. Make my fist, grab my fist, and I'm going to hold on tight, twist away, wedge up, 1, 2. Just like that. All right, again, if you would please. Now, if I'm here, I'm not really that strong. And if I get bent over like this, I'm gonna have a real hard time breaking his hold. I've got to get in close. I gotta go low, bend my knees, grab my fist, twist away. 1, 2. Okay, now we're gonna look at this from a come-along hold, and we're gonna be using our shuffle step to resist the come-along, the pull. What my partner's gonna do is grab me by the arm, and he's gonna take me away. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna go low. Shuffle step. I'm gonna make my fist, grab my fist, twist away, and move away. Now for that shuffle step, again, spread your feet out, bend your knees just the way we've been doing. Resist that pull. Don't let him take you away. All right, let's look at this one more time. He's gonna grab me. He's gonna take me away. I'm resisting his pull. I grab my fist, twist away. Thank you, Mr. Disselkow. That is our double grab release. We work that just from a standing position with our partner, and then against their come-along hold when they try to pull us, and we resist their pull and break out of their hold. We're not gonna go with them. For our Tiger students, this is your outer forearm block, palm heel strike combination. Now, the way this is going to work, we'll start with the outer forearm block. Got my blocking arm underneath. It comes up and across in front of my face, finishes palm out in front of my shoulder here. I'm protecting my face and the side of my head. So just bring it up, across, and through like this. Up, across, and through. A little faster. Across and through. Across and through. I'm using a twist of my hips and shoulders here to bring it across and through, so I don't throw my arm away at the end of the block. Once it's come to here, it's gone far enough. Across and through. Now, let's add the palm heel strike. I'm going to block with this hand, my left hand, palm heel strike here with my right. Block, strike. Block, strike. All right, a little faster. Block, strike. Block, strike. Block, strike. Let's try it on the other side. Again, we'll start with that outer forearm block, just up, across, and through here. It moves past my face, finishes out here, just past the side of my head. Up, across, and through. Now a little faster. Across and through. Across and through. Across and through. Now let's add the palm heel here. Be sure to keep your fingers tightly together. You're using this part of the hand to strike with here. Don't let your fingers spread. Right, we're here. Block, strike. All right, again. Block, strike. Once more. Block, strike. Let's take it a little faster now. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, now let's have a look at that with a partner working on a target. Mr. Thompson, could I have your assistance?
Sir.
Thank you. All right, now I'm going to be striking the palm heel here on the caveman club, the blocker. My partner's just holding it across that way. I'm going to be blocking his hand. He's going to bring it up and around, just try to touch me on the ear, and I'm going to use my outer forearm block to stop him, and then I'm putting my palm heel right here. Let's start slowly with this. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Get everything working together. 1, 2. Now we'll go a little faster and harder. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Once more. 1, 2. Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
Sir.
So that is our outer forearm block palm heel strike combination.